Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Eastern Kentucky health leaders team up to give some assistance to new moms, and an Appalachian organization prepares to host a summer program for teens and young adults at risk of falling behind.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. It's 6 o'clock. I was going to say on the dot, but missed it by like 2 seconds. I'm Dakota Makers. Good morning to you. Let's take it over to Brandon with a look at our forecast this morning. Brandon, you know I love that, watching that clock right there. I don't know. Seeing the seconds tick is my favorite thing. I don't know.
He is a clock watcher.
Well, now, not like work-wise. I don't, you know what I mean? You're going to get me in trouble.
Here's the thing. I will give Dakota credit. He was here a lot longer yesterday than a lot of folks probably realized.
Yep.
Working hard. So
dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky.
Exactly. He didn't watch the clock for work purposes. No. He likes to just kind of keep like, okay, now go.
Because I don't know. I like to play this. I just have this little game in my head that I play with myself about.
It's okay. We're not judging you.
It makes me happy.
That's right. Exactly. Forecast-wise, we are all kind of watching the clock for it to get daylight there, so the temperatures can start to go up a little bit. That should happen before too long there. Sunrise before 7 o'clock this morning. Let's get into it with the Pikeville camera over there at US 119, US 23. Traffic starting to pick up there just a little bit as people get up and get moving, heading off to work and school. Big day over there tomorrow as Hillbilly Days kicks off. They're setting up today. We'll have some coverage on that a little bit later on this afternoon. And we'll have coverage of the festival for the next 3 days. We'll be there live at some points. All right, temperatures next little bit, 27 from Clintwood to 41 in Jackson. That is our range this morning there. So again, it's going to be a fairly nice day. Our forecast high 70. You see our average high 71, so pretty close to that. Record high set back on this day in 1985 of 86 degrees. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, the deadline has passed for the state to respond to a lawsuit against a new abortion law. Planned Parenthood is fighting legislation that adds more restrictions to abortion. Pro-choice advocates say the law is so broad it unconstitutionally ends abortion in Kentucky. A judge is considering a request to block the law while the case plays out. Well, it's the first time in 2 years that passengers on planes, trains, and buses can take their masks off. Jim Stratman was out at Bluegrass Airport in Lexington talking to passengers there about the choice.
Soon these signs will go away.
Masks are no longer enforced here at Bluegrass Airport.
A federal judge struck down the CDC's mask mandate on public transportation, citing that the agency overstepped its reach. Now the choice on whether to mask will go to specific businesses or each individual person.
And really, we've already been seeing that out here at Bluegrass Airport. It's been a mixed bag when it comes to passengers and even staff members. Some of them wearing those masks, some of them not.
Yeah, I mean, that just doesn't really bother me. It's kind of nice to not have to go through long flights with a mask, because sometimes it's just, you just get uncomfortable, but it's not the end of the world, so.
Some travelers told me that for them, the mask never were the end-all be-all. For them, the important thing was making sure they got where they were going on time.
I would say just flight times, if anything, has probably been the worst part about the whole thing, but I mean, it's been manageable, like mask or no mask. I really haven't had a big issue with that. But
other travelers told me that this removed a sense of security.
Because I think it's the right thing to do. Better safe than sorry. But I said, well, whatever situation, I'm still going to wear my mask. At least at the airports.
Bluegrass Airport officials say that the signage referring to mask requirements will soon go away, but things like hand sanitizer stations will more than likely stick around.
That was Jim Stratman reporting. Well, the Care Cottage in Hazard hosted an open house Tuesday morning. The executive director tells us they wanted to host the open house because April is Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month. The organization serves 8 counties in the Kentucky River region. Any child who has been sexually abused or a victim of human trafficking or other physical abuse can get help from the organization.
Brings awareness to the fact that we do have child sexual abuse, we do have physical abuse, there is, human trafficking, and our numbers that we recently ran since prior to COVID, neglect is at 650%.
The organization offers free Darkness to Light training to teach the community how to recognize child sexual abuse. Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky and ARH are teaming up to host a maternity fair next month. The fair will have multiple vendors with information and freebies, giveaways, and door prizes. One lucky person will be selected to receive a free baby delivery from ARH. We are told a person who won it in 2019 did not have insurance.
We love to be involved in our community. We love to give back to our community. And this is just one way that we can focus on the new moms, the expecting, parents.
The event kicks off May 6th in the parking lot of the Hazard Primary Care from 5 to 7 p.m. The fair will also have a special guest, JJ, from the popular kids show, CoComelon. During the summer, parents are sometimes looking for activities for their teens, and a summer internship program that connects teens and young adults with employers was discussed yesterday at a local Chamber of Commerce meeting. Focusing on teens and young adults ages 16 to 24, Prosper Appalachia, a fairly new organization created by the Eastern Kentucky Concentrated Employment Program, is working with other organizations to break down barriers.
Try to increase the opportunities for our young people to live and thrive here in the region, and so that they don't have to leave home to find their future.
Discussing a paid summer internship program during a Hazard Perry County Chamber of Commerce meeting Tuesday, matching young adults with employers who best suit them.
We're trying to serve young people that are either at risk of becoming disengaged or they're already disengaged from education or career.
Also speaking at the meeting was the new Hazard ARH Community CEO, Tony Sudeth, telling chamber members what the hospital system is doing to better patient care.
We've been working on a very detailed project in our surgical area to help improve processes, to improve our outcomes that come out of our surgery department.
Saying the system is working hard to combat cardiac disease, along with being a certified stroke center.
We've started a very active cardiac surgery program. I have 2 excellent cardiac surgeons on board now. We're starting to see those volumes really move up.
Improving the lives of Appalachia. In Hazard, Dakota Makeris, WYMT Mountain News. ARH also announced during the chamber meeting it is hosting free lung and oral cancer screenings next Wednesday at the Perry County Farmers Market from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Plans to build a Knox County sports complex are underway. The judge executive announced the purchase of 88 acres of land from the Barberville Utility Commission off Kentucky 225. It's expected to include baseball and softball fields in the first phase and eventually walking trails, a Century playground, amphitheater, batting cages, and a non-motorized boat ramp to access the Cumberland River. The project is expected to wrap up with a 50,000 square foot indoor facility. No word yet when the construction could begin. The 2-year hiatus is in the past, and the Thunder over Louisville is moving forward. This year, you'll see UPS flying its Boeing 767 and a celebration for the 75th anniversary of the U.S. Air Force. There will also be a drone show over the 2nd Street Bridge. This show took 5 years to plan and even included discussions with the Pentagon. Thunder over Louisville is set for this Saturday, April 23rd. Appalachian Wireless announced it would be shutting down its 3G networks by the end of 2022. The website also says devices that are more than 6 years old will likely need to be updated to avoid being disconnected. We have more about this change over on WYMT.com.
6:08 on the dot. There you go. I got you on that one, Dakota. We're looking at a forecast this morning that is a little bit on the drier side for most. We're looking at US 119, US 23 going up Jenkins Mountain there into Virginia. Things pretty quiet. Traffic starting to pick up just a little bit there. Temperatures 27 Clintwood, 41 Jackson, 38 Pikeville, London as well, 34 Jonesville over to Middlesboro, 39 in Somerset and Monticello, 28 in Ashland, and 36 in Prestonsburg. 70 this afternoon. Southern clouds, more of one than the other at times, and then we'll see in our headlines that we'll be seeing a fairly nice day ahead overall anyway. Rain chance to return tomorrow, and a summer preview comes our way this weekend. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. Coming up, we remember one of the most infamous acts of school violence in U.S. history. That's on the way.